저에게 이제 6번째 스프링이 왔는데 제가 다른 팀에 오게 돼서 다른 감독 코치님과 하게 되는 게 처음인데 이번 연도는 그냥 즐겁게 하고 싶어요. 작년에 이어 또 팀에 남아 드래곤 X 유니폼을 입고 또 다시 도전하게 되었습니다. 올해는 어떠한 방법으로든 무조건 잘해서 성적을 내는 게 제일 중요한 것 같아요.
1년 내내 좀 하면서 좀 많이 부족한 거나 그런 거 많이 느꼈던 것 같아요. 그래서 저도 일단 준비를 잘 해서 좋은 모습 보여줘야 될 것 같아요.
작년에 제가 잘했는데 마무리가 항상 아쉬웠어서 처음부터 많이 준비해야 될 것 같습니다. 다시 한번 정상에 한번 써보겠습니다.
시작이 좀 중요하다고 생각하고 있기 때문에 좀 더 진지한 각오로 임하는 게 클 것 같아요.
경기를 다시 뛸 수 있어서 좀 설레긴 하죠. 저희 팀을 응원해 주시면서 뿌듯함을 느낄 수 있도록 최대한 노력해 보도록 하겠습니다.
이번 기회가 아니면 다시 돌아올 수가 없을 것 같아서 제가 앞으로 뭐 몇 년을 더 하든 간에 마무리는 LCK에서 했으면 좋겠다는 생각으로 돌아왔어요.
돌아와서 집 같은 느낌이 들고 뭔가 조금 설레요. 다시 돌아온 만큼 새로 시작하는 마음으로 열심히 불꽃을 불살라 보겠습니다.
2020년 최고의 탑은 제가 되지 않을까 그렇게 생각하고 있어요. 스프링 시즌 때도 제가 그 영광 계속 누리도록 하겠습니다.
작년에 많이 우승했었는데 다시 새로운 한 해의 시작이다 보니까 저는 이제 또 새로운 스타트 라인에 섰다고 생각하고 올해도 열심히 하겠습니다.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here at the 2020 LCK. It's me, Valdez, with Larry Seinfeld. LS, how are you doing today? Did you have a good dinner?
Was that a you call me old?
Well, I mean that's pretty obvious, but we didn't have to go there. I was just gonna let it slide.
I had a lovely salad.
Oh yeah, I heard it was great.
It was really good.
Oh.
Yeah, it was just a chicken salad.
Lots of chicken on there.
Not a lot of chicken. Two little.
What kind of dressing? Caesar? Or are we going with
No, actually, I don't even know what dressing.
French? Something that tastes good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was okay.
It's good.
You know, I mean, healthy. You know.
Okay. So
you
we're losing weight. Are you on a diet?
Well, actually, yeah.
Really?
Do you know that I ballooned up to during Worlds and
Yes,
post
you told
Worlds?
me.
I did. I actually ballooned up. I went up to almost 80.
Wow.
And now I'm back down to 70.
Good. I'm looking to do the opposite, actually. I'm trying to go from 70 to 80.
I don't want to hear it. What I want to hear is
get really
Soraka's lock-in.
Well, we do have some stuff to show you guys as we are going to take a look at the roster here for Dragon X. It is going to be Doran, Piosik, Chovy Quad there in the mid lane, Deft and Karya. This team looked awesome over at the side of Kespa Cup. Did not end up winning the entire tournament, but still showed a pretty impressive showing of mechanical skill in this very young lineup. We'll have to see how exactly they do. Piosik was surprising in terms of, I was looking for pleasantly surprising in terms of how good he was playing there. So we'll have to see how he does today.
Go.
Okay, we're going to take a look at the point of the match.
Whatever, Valdez.
POTM. Yeah, okay, so what did you have to say?
No, go ahead. Break it down.
Well, Def says everybody is crazy. And DRX, their performance is crazy as well.
And if people don't get what this is maybe referring to, I believe Def posted a video on Facebook about how loud everyone is at the house when he's trying to sleep.
Yeah.
Or something like that at night. And the next match point, KT's recipe didn't work in the Gen series. So, obviously, KT, they managed to get a game, but then something happened in game number 2. We're not going to talk about it. And then we're going to have to see if anything is changed up here today.
And it says, are they going to show, like, the power of 5G or something like that? There for that second point. KT obviously Korea Telecom, for you guys who are not aware. So they, they sell a lot of 5G and stuff like that.
Do you know that for the longest time I thought SK Telecom meant South Korea Telecom, and it doesn't? You didn't.
What do you
didn't
mean?
know
What
that.
does it mean?
I think it's like Seok Kyung or Seok.
No.
Yeah, actually, it's
No
it's
way.
Names. It's yeah.
Okay, well, guys, we are going to take a look at the key players here. They will be Deft and Aiming, the two 80 carries going head-to-head. In LCK Summer, Aiming actually had some impressive numbers. You'll see first, second, whereas Deft was the exact opposite in terms of where he was getting first and where he was getting second. So, damaged machines, Deft and Aiming. Aiming going a little bit nuts the last time around in the KT series against Gen G. But I feel like this might even be a tougher opponent in Dragon X.
Yeah. So we'll have to see what KT is going to actually manage to do here, because Dragon X is the team that I have as the most interesting, or I mean, this was my team to watch coming into Spring 2020. We're going to take a look at some of the trash talk, though, and I'll talk about why.
그림과 제가 원하는 그림이 맞아 떨어져서 최종적으로 결정을 하게 됐던 것 같아요. 약간 고등학교 수학여행 온 애들처럼 자는 시간이 너무 무서워진 것 같아요.
아, 그 얘기는 들었어. 이제 연락 왔을 때 애들이 그냥 무슨 5시까지 노래를 부른다 뭐. 고단해 보이더라고요. 웃음기가 사라졌어.
혁규 형 약간 좀 신격화를 했는데
처음 봤을 때는 와, 데프트다. 근데 생활하다 보니까 점점 주장의 품격보다는 그냥 저스트 데프트. 저희 팀 어린 친구들은 저보다도 더 피지컬들이 좋아서 저희 팀 기대해 주셔도 될 것 같아요.
초비도 든든하죠. 안 터져요. 자기도 모른대요. 어떻게 그렇게 잘하냐고 물어보면 그냥 한대요.
그런가 봐요. 제가 잘하나 봐요, 게임에서. 왜 잘하는지 모르게 잘하는 게 가장 좋은 거긴 한데.
초비는 잘하는 젊은 선수. 약점? 은근 좀 깽에 잘 죽더라고요. 그래서 살짝 깽을 불러볼까?
미드계에서 이제 좀 베테랑 분이시죠. 미드에서 있는 다양한 라인전 지식들을 좀 많이 아시고, 제가 만라인전을 지는 일이 있어서는 안 돼요. 제가 라인전을 이길 거라고 상상하는 그림으로 할게요.
혁경이 이제 원딜계의 아버지.
데프트는 증명된 원딜러.
저는 데프트 캐리아가 제일 잘하는 보듀오라고 생각하기 때문에 믿을게 보듀오.
캐리한다는 마음으로요. KT랑 되게 사연이 많은데 제가 있었던 팀이기도 하고, 토신 종익이 형이 또 서포터로 있어서 반드시 이겨야 되는 상대라고 생각해요.
아마 서로를 잘 알아서 너무 재밌을 것 같은데, 그냥 아이디 보고만 봐도 뉴스 끌릴 것 같은데. DRX 데프트 얼굴 아이디만 봐도 그냥 컨트롤 4가 누르고 싶은. 혁규 멘탈 부수기?
첫 상대가 KT인데 LCK 첫 데뷔하는 만큼 열심히 해보겠습니다.
This is 스프레드शी트 00000102 21, 20 평균을 내면은 저희 팀보다 어린 팀이 없거든요. 그래서 안타깝지만 저희가 이길 것 같습니다.
드래곤 X를 신경을 많이 써요, 저희 선수들도. 거기서 온 친구들도 있고. 그래서 꼭 이기겠습니다. 파이팅.
이번 올해 다 성적 잘 내서 웃게 되는 한 해가 됐으면 좋겠습니다.
저희 앞으로 2020 LCK 뛰게 됐는데 열심히 꼭 좋은 모습으로 보여드리겠습니다. 감사합니다.
알파카 씨 롤드컵 우승 트로피 들 준비 딱 되고 있어.
already calling for the world's trophy lift. There is Chovy. Seems pretty confident in his ability.
Yeah.
And why not? I mean, he's a mechanical powerhouse. Yes, Kuro was actually right. He does die to ganks sometimes, and there are some areas of his play that you can take advantage of. But the guy is quite the monster of a player, and now he's surrounded by quite the monster of a team.
Yeah, and so coming out here, Dragon X, they're going to be on the blue side. We're going to see what their approach to the meta is going to be. If I see a B1 set, I might get a little upset. If you know,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, I
catch
get
my-
it.
catch my
Yeah.
drift.
Upset with 2 T's.
See that? Alright, awesome.
You ever see that movie Whiplash?
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the best movies
Yeah.
ever made. But you know that scene where he's like, I'm upset? You remember that? I watched it recently. I'm like, oh, this is great. Like,
Yeah, I love.
maybe you can.
I
you can do
love J.K. Simmons in that.
that. Oh yeah, I mean,
That guy
he was
is
made for that role.
Phenomenal
Right.
actor. The first, yeah, I mean, the first time I actually saw him, I don't know if you ever watched this, the series Oz.
No,
That is very old.
that
So,
sounds old.
It's
Just like,
very good,
yeah.
but it's very old. But anyways, that aside, Dragon X on our screen right now. And like I was saying before we cut to the trash talk, well, actually, Quad is
Yeah,
going to
notice.
be in the mid lane, and Chovy is going to be up there in top instead of Doran. So, I'm going to talk about that right after we look at the KT lineup. So, Sohan up there in top lane, Bono, Kuro, Bono.
No, I don't think so.
Bon-O.
Bon-O, yeah, exactly.
Oh, I think he's trying to help me.
See, the 0 is different from the O, so
Yeah.
it's like Bon-O.
Aiming intuition.
There you go.
And actually, we're just hopping right in. So, the thing about this team, all mechanical powerhouses, and really, I mean, that's where I just think that it's going to shine. I think this is actually poised to be, in its own way, a stronger version of the old Griffin. And I'm just excited to see what that can end up meaning. Eyes on Deft and Chovy. Now, Chovy up there in top lane. If you guys don't know who Quad is, this is a Cassiopeia one-trick. Well, used to be one-trick. He can actually play other champions. He was picked up from solo queue. Now, Chovy was a Cassiopeia one-trick. Who was picked up from solo
also
queue.
picked up
Yeah.
from solo queue.
But Quad is considered the best Cassiopeia in Korea. This guy has had IDs in Challenger Korea, up pretty high in Challenger Korea, with 70% plus win rate over 150 plus games on Cassiopeia. That is really hard to do no matter what champion you're playing.
Yeah.
So
There he is.
we'll see if Cassio actually eats a ban or not. Normally, you can sometimes see one trick, or not one tricks, but in Korea they call them Jongins, which stands for like master class,
Yeah.
or like masters of something. And okay,
Oh,
yeah, there
there
it
it
is, the B1 set.
Lock it in.
All right, now the R1, R2, 80. Singed?
Who's that, Thresh?
No, I think it was Singed. I think it was Singed.
I think it was Singed. Yeah.
Singed actually counter set really hard. I don't think Korea knows about that.
So where did you learn it?
Whippo. You know?
Good old NA strats.
And Whippo's EU. He's not that old yet.
True. Well,
Come on.
Yeah, he hasn't retired yet. Well, you know.
You said it, not me.
I mean, what do you mean? That's where you go when you're retired. It's like, you know.
Oh no.
Philios. And Mordekaiser. So we've seen this beginning of a pick ban phase in game 1. Actually, I believe is where we did see it. Yep, game 1 of the last series. And the Mordekaiser didn't do too well. That was in the top lane. It was Roach versus Cube. Cube took him to town. Now we're
And
seeing Grax
also,
Piana.
We're seeing the Mordekaiser come in again, and
Yes.
I have no idea what is going on, because Mord in solo queue gets dumpstered by Set. which is a volatile environment where you would actually assume that Set would not be favored. In a controlled environment, it's even harder for Mordekaiser to beat Set. We saw earlier tonight a Mordekaiser get shreked. So it's really surprising to keep seeing this pick. It's very strange. Then again, we had Aatrox going into counter matchups historically in the past when Aatrox was very popular.
Yeah.
The Kiana comes in for Dragon X, and this is a very red type of theme composition, and what I'm associating the color red with aggression and just fires blazing.
Not mono red yet.
You know what? You get it, but I'm trying to slowly integrate it for the viewers. Okay?
All right, sure.
Not everyone here plays Magic, Valdez.
Yeah,
Come on.
I took a step up into intermediate level there for a second. Sorry. This is a beginner class.
And Rek'Sai picked up for KT, so they're choosing melee champions into Set. Again, now they're banning Xayah and Misfortune. Now remember, this is patch 10.2. This is not 10.3 with the Ezreal buff that he ended up receiving. So we'll have to see here what is going to end up happening, as Dragon X is going to decide on their last ban. Yuumi was banned away. Thresh now banned away. An interesting pivot here would actually be to Soraka on 4, send Mordekaiser mid against Kiana, which he's perfectly fine with, and then completely neutralize the Set in top lane. That would be completely good. But we're going to get a really... Never mind.
Okay.
Alright. So they're going for the vacuum lane counter, which is the LeBlanc into the Kiana. LeBlanc does beat Kiana in the isolated one-on-one. But against Dragon X's team composition, overall, currently LeBlanc is not particularly good. Okay, that might be deft on the Ziggs.
And
he
he's
used
gonna
to do
have,
this.
yeah, and he's gonna have Tom Kench to back him up and give him some survivability, and immediately Blitzcrank is responded with. Okay, Ziggs is back.
This is another change of pace, by the way, for Dragon X. I mean, we saw Hanwha Life earlier tonight with definitely some new picks and some new approaches. Now we have Dragon X going to be doing it as well. We'll have to see how Quad performs on the Kiana here in the mid lane against Kuro. He's taking that Ignite. Probably going to be very roam heavy. And with all the priority that Kiana can try to get in mid lane, or lack thereof, honestly. Sometimes she just disappears for 40 seconds at a time. Comes back and it's like nothing ever happened. Down 60 CS, but somehow up 10 kills.
Yeah, 3 waves.
It's one of those things. Completely fine. But Ziggs, obviously, going to be looking for the plates. Obviously, the first turret as well. Now, indirectly, he was nerfed with the nerf to turret plating having gone down. So that is a thing to consider. Dragon X team composition is definitely very awkward to try to talk about. It has a lot of strengths. It also has some pretty clear-cut weaknesses. I do feel like overall, though, because of the amount of melee champions, because Blitzcrank doesn't have a ton of targets to actually pull reliably, I think Dragon X has the slight edge inside of this draft. And yet again, it's a Aladios for us all.
Well, let's see if that works out for them. As here we go, guys. KT up against Dragon X, game number 1, match 6 of 2020 LCK Spring. You're here joining us in the baby stages of LCK for 2020. It's good to be back. As Atlas said, just some quick setups here.
I was just getting it. I mean, you know, he's just trying to do some physical workouts here.
You ever, you die in solo queue and then you get on the ground, 10 sit-ups, and then you get up and continue with the game?
I don't do that.
You do like 10 sit-ups
if
for
I
every
did
death
that
that you get?
Valdez last night, I probably wouldn't be here today. Alright, I lost.
Wow, so you're losing weight, but you don't have any strength?
I think I lost 9 in a row on stream yesterday. And I'm really excited because after the cast today, I'm going to go back immediately and I'm play, and I'm aiming for the glorious 0-20 match history.
Okay.
The beautiful Rumble ult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The red carpet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, man.
I like it. You could, you know. No, I guess that would be boosting, right? Play with me.
MMR's not that low. No. All right, yes.
It's okay. I'll get back to Diamond this season. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
Do you remember my glory days of,
I remember that one time you
Oriana?
pinked it. Yeah, Diamond 5 used to exist then.
Yeah. No, I hit Diamond 4 on that account.
Oh, okay.
When it was Diamond 5.
Okay, so already we're getting a really nice trade, and Chovy, we've seen this actually, I believe by Summit now, and also Chovy, the E-Start. And
I think we also saw that in the first game of the day today. Same thing. Where it gets in there, Cassie does a bunch of auto attacks.
yeah, he procs his Conqueror so quickly.
Yeah.
And then it just ramps up, it allows him to convert into so much damage, he's the first one that gets access to the healing, and it really all just weaves in together. Duro, 24-4 on LeBlanc.
That's impressive. That's a lot of games of LeBlanc played. And I know a lot of people are curious about this bottom lane with the Ziggs. Chain miss there by Kuro. He talks about isolated lane matchups. Kuro is going to have to be accurate on abilities like that if he wants to win up against the Kiana.
The set so far in a really good lane state. Only missed 3 CS on the first few waves. Doesn't actually opt for a cheater recall. Instead goes and gets a ward on the golems. If you're a new viewer, you don't know what a cheater recall is. It's getting a recall off when the opponent has to play around and respect the fog of war, not knowing if you recalled or not, and thus their ability to hard shove a wave, crash it onto the turret is ineffective. You come back to the lane with purchased items, better combat stats, and a favorable lane state. And it leaves the opponent thinking that you cheated. That's where the name comes from. So.
Or that you're orange.
Or that you're orange.
Yeah.
Or Soraka.
You could just pick Ornn and you can have cheater recalls all day long.
Exactly.
It's not a bad idea.
All right, so Chovy letting the lane come into him. I really like this. This set, you really want to focus on having the lane on your side so that you can try to space and juggle the distance between you and the opponent, activate the Q, and then allow the movement speed to let you close the gap, get the E, stun, and then convert into the trades. Whereas if you're pushing all the time with set, or if it's in the middle of the lane without any clear direction that the wave's going, you can't really utilize that combo all that much. And so, let's see if Chovy actually lets the wave come all the way in, or if it's freezing. I can't really tell on the minimap.
Oh, here we go. Piosik not on time with the Predator. Able to get a flash out of aiming, though, in a trade for exhaust. So, obviously, a good trade there on the bottom side.
This is a really cute-looking Ziggs.
Yeah, what is that skin? I have actually,
that might be the new skin.
Must be. I don't recognize it. Also excited about Quad here in the mid lane after hearing about his solo queue talents.
As you said that, he missed a CS. Good job. Thanks a lot, Valdez.
Just about how mechanically skilled he is. Oh, we didn't get to see it. He probably missed that CS.
Bono.
Bon. His name is Bono.
You wanna play this game?
I mean, that's his name.
Okay. Yeah, we'll play it. We'll play it,
Okay.
Valdez. We'll play this game. No big deal.
All right, let's see how this gank. Okay, this isn't a gank.
Biano up there in top.
Biono going for the big play. Flash and knock up first blood. Flash in from Chovy. Flash away is not going to help him escape as that very classic Rek'Sai gank comes in.
And he's going to have to teleport back to the turret now. We'll see what his first item of choice is going to be. It's going to be Doran's Blade into Ruby Crystal. A little bit interesting. Also aiming in Tushin. Getting the first plate down here.
I mean, after Tucson 1v1'd the Ziggs. Look at this, he waits. And I guess Tom Cancer's already gone. And that's how that happens.
And yeah, Def just, Chovy, able to be so far up there in the lane and gets punished for it. So, coming back into live right now, KT, they find themselves with a about 900 gold lead. And KT are probably just feeling comfortable right now. Lost chapter though, completed on Ziggs. Sohan with the Ninja Tabi. Really good item against Set. Just a little juke right there. And yeah, I mean, you can see Chovy keep trying to hold the lane roughly in these spots. And this is really what you want to do on Set in most cases, because now see the minions between Mordekaiser and Set, once he presses the Q, it gives you the stun on the E. Lets you get a lot more value out of the Set combo.
Yeah. It's very different to the lane we saw between Roach and Cuvée earlier on today, where Cuvée was able to zone Roach off of an entire wave under turret because he hit level 6 before Roach did. And we're going to see a skirmish up on the top side anyway, as both these guys have a supreme amount of sustain between the two of them. You can see that in their items, especially Sohan. He's just chilling. He's got the Rizu beam. He's going to be hanging out for a while. We see that this Ziggs pick is down in the bottom side. You know, we were talking about pushing the bottom lane, but it hasn't done much of that just yet. And now a two-man Rift Herald is going to be started while the Cloud Drake is being taken.
And Pioshik and Keria just going to be able to pick that up really quickly. Cloud Dragon. I wish I could say that it's a really valuable Drake for the Dragon X team composition, but it really isn't. The only champion that probably is actively looking to use their ultimate off cooldown would be the Kiana. And everyone else builds actually quite a bit of CDR early on, so yes, it's nice for the ultimate, but definitely not the end of the world to lose it.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about singular Drakes and how they're not really that impressive overall anyway.
Yeah.
Talking about, you know, the slight buffs they're going to get, it won't make too much of a difference anyway, whereas Rift Heralds might, in terms of where it does go, might net you some plates.
Chovy is actually ahead of Sohan, and you know what that is? It's a byproduct of the jungler gank, where Biono managed to actually take a lot of the experience away from the CS, so definitely a bit unfortunate there. Who are you talking about?
Barno.
Oh, I
everybody's
thought
favorite farmer.
Okay.
Yeah. Not related to this player.
Oh, okay.
Bono. As that's a big amount of burst damage coming in there. Trying to get that bouncing bomb in. How about a bait, though, coming down here as Exhaust comes in, flashes the hook. Knows that if he gets grabbed by that one, it's not going to go too well for him. More trading as aiming gets pretty low. Rek'Sai sticking around, but neither side burning too much. At the end of it all, though, it does burn a couple of summoners off of Keria.
Yep. And so far, this Kiana, she's been mostly locked up in lane, has the mobility boots, has the serrated dirt. So we'll see what is going on. The gold score there is looking pretty good if you are a KT fan. On the left-hand side, Tushin, not so sure, you know. He's probably been eating a couple of spellcasters with his, compared to the melees of Keria.
It's 40 gold behind.
But actually, you know what? He's probably eating better minions because he's only 40 gold behind, but he's down 4 CS. So, I think that his dietary choices have definitely been a little bit better.
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, Tom, or rather,
Tom probably just doesn't care what he
Kent's
eats.
Just,
yeah, Timmy.
This guy, he doesn't have
not
a
Tom
good
anymore.
diet. He's eating Doritos. He's drinking that diet. Mountain Dew while he's playing the game.
Mountain Dew and Doritos instantly makes me think of World of Warcraft.
Yes.
When paired together, yeah. Are you still playing that?
Yeah.
You play it all the time or what?
You know, occasionally.
Okay. Just checking it.
Yeah, I noticed you weren't. Keria gonna get knocked up here as, knockups everywhere. And, look at the side of DRX. They're eating so much damage. Nice stopwatch, though, as Ziggs is trying to turn the tides. They're having so much trouble against these mechanically skilled players, but here comes Quad, and he's looking for blood. Kuro, though, still can't kill Tom Kench. Finally does at the end, picks up a double kill on the backside of it, as it started off looking really bad for the side of DRX. They pull off some flashy plays, but it's still not enough, and KT will take the lead.
Yeah, and I mean, right now they're 1.6 thousand gold ahead, just under a minute and a half. Obviously, Quad is on a... okay. Okay, Aladios. Yeah. Real cool. Real cool, Latios.
Looks like he just flashed there at the end. I'm not sure.
I think he's mocking Jin right now. What was that?
I don't know. That was weird.
That was very strange. Okay.
Nice little kill there. Sorry about that, Quad. We'll take a look at your replay in a moment.
And right here, Keria, he goes into his stopwatch. They do end up getting Tushin. Kyoshik trying his best to live against Kuro, but eventually Quad comes in. Ultimate doesn't actually hit Kuro or pin him, as Quad did get rooted up, and then Keria ended up going down. So
there's a ward in that brush. He was trying to Abyssal Voyage.
Really nice and accurate mouse control.
Yeah.
By aiming right there.
No reaction.
It's actually no reaction.
He's just totally calm as he sidesteps the Q. Aiming, making it look easy. I guarantee under the pressure being on stage, it is not. Riftherald came in, picked up a couple of plates. Chovy trying to trade it back here up against Sohan. This has been an ever ongoing skirmish in the top side that outside of the gank hasn't amounted to any kills.
At this point, if you're a Dragon X fan, you probably don't know what to expect in upcoming minutes, as Chovy not actually going to recall. They're posturing around this dragon. If they lose this dragon and also lose a team fight, I think that...
Oh, the knockups. But Quad trying to do the burst damage has to be eaten up, and that's a nice cast to save his life. It looked like they didn't realize there were that many members in there. Otherwise, I'm not sure about Quad trying to go in there. Either way, is able to escape with his life, as Chovy had TP, but allows not to use it, whereas Sohan does. And they give away that Infernal Drain.
All right, well, Mountain Soul will be the one of the game, and if you are KT and you get to that, I think it's pretty much over. Kiana gets invalidated by that Soul. 3,000, or actually, sorry, just over 2,000, actually, is the gold advantage right now for KT. Take a look at this replay yet again, and you wonder why Dragon X is posturing for the Infernal the way that they are, because there's no way for them to win a team fight. Ziggs is busy trying to shove the wave down in bottom. Set is on top of the turret up in top lane. It's very uncoordinated was the play, as coming back into this, Def now has Luden's Echo.
Their mechanics, I mean, they're solid. You can see it in the plays. But at the end of the day, their decision-making has to be better if they want to pull this off. I mean, you could have easily said, okay, give him Infernal, it's okay. Allow Set to push the top side. We got more Kaiser's TP. It was a nice grab by Tucson, by the way, to lock down the Tom Kench. I was kind of laughing at Quad, but he was really just able to get in and get out pretty unscathed, whereas Tom Kench was basically dead after the grab. So not much they could really do after that. Deft continuing to show what Ziggs has in his kit. It's a really annoying amount of poke. And they knew they were going up against Aphelios, so maybe they just felt this is a good champion pick into the Aphelios. We'll have to see if they continue to pick it as the series goes along.
And all right. There's a hefty amount of trading down there, but obviously the Ziggs pick did not achieve what it wanted to.
Yeah.
you're not picking this, or at least I don't believe that they're picking this with the idea that, yes, I would love to scale into the later stages of the game. And it's not even like KT has a team composition that can't dodge the Zigzalt.
It's only Aphelios, but even him, I mean, he has some speed boosts and ways to get away from that. So, yeah, it's very true. I don't know if he got even a single turret plate in the bottom side, which is kind of sad as Ziggs in the bottom lane.
Also, Black Cleaver on Chovy.
Pour one out.
Yeah, the only way that Black Cleaver becomes helpful is if Chovy and Qiyana are on the same targets. Because then Chovy gives Quad extra penetration for all of his lethality items that Qiyana tends to build. And depending on who it is, I mean, maybe can even bring them into the threshold of getting true damage by Qiyana, so that would obviously be really nice. Second serrated Dirk picked up, probably going to be Duskblade of Draxar for the second item. Keria grabbed once again.
Another great grab here from the side of Tucson, but they're trading back really well. Okay. Comes out at the end there from aiming, but either way, the amount of poke that comes out of Ziggs and how his ult was able to smack both of them does mean that they end up winning the trade, and back go aiming and Tucson.
All right, well, even though there's been 8 kills, it does feel like a bit of a lull state.
I mean, there have been some fights.
Yeah.
Mostly in the bottom lane.
QSS actually picked up now, by the way.
Yeah, second item real quick. Not wasting any time with that.
And only going to really get value against that for the Mordekaiser. Which, if you are Mordekaiser, you're not thinking about Death Realming set in these team fights. You're mostly thinking about either bringing Qiyana in, who is a sitting duck, or you're thinking about bringing in Ziggs and just looking to chomp away at him.
It's a really awkward map state. They tried to gank a LeBlanc. Just let that sink in. Pass 4, and Rift Herald comes down in the mid lane. They take out mid tier 1 this KT. Everybody was out of position from Dragon X. They couldn't rotate straight into the mid lane, so they get zoned away. Mountain Drake's up here in 15 seconds, and now KT have all the vision, all the positioning. Grab is going to go sideways, but oh, where did the Gragas go? Kuro's got some items on him. Man, he was able to just pop him like a balloon.
I mean, it occurs at the worst timing in the game.
Yeah, see you later, jungler.
Okay, this game is... They are not long for the world here. Prey Seeker even hits.
Yeah. Dragon X just kind of like lost.
This is the Prey Seeker, right? Not the Void Seeker? Help me out here, Raldo.
I think it's the Prey Seeker.
I think it's the Prey Seeker.
I think you're right.
Alright.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Mountain Dragon going to be picked up, and this is actually a pretty big deal against Dragon X's team composition for the resistances. Rek'Sai, 65, 75. No.
I mean, we need to see the damage.
Yeah, we have to see the damage. Let's take a look at this. Pioshek coming over, knowing that they're somewhere close by, and just getting way too close for comfort. He just gets completely blown up.
Yeah. To be fair, I mean, he had stopwatch. Maybe he thought he could react on time, or that he wouldn't die immediately like that. But he was going up against level 13 LeBlanc, who already had Ludens and Sork Boots at least. Judging by the blasting one, probably even had the orb.
Yeah.
When he did go for that play. So, I mean, no question, if you know he's got those items, you cannot go near him as AP Gragas. So, it's a bit of a missed position once it does come down to it.
And I guess the thing about this game is that Dragon X now, their team composition doesn't really have too much insurance outside of the Ziggs because of the Dragon Soul. When it starts coming in, yes, Chovy has the Black Cleaver, which can actually shred through some of the resistances, but Gragas and Kiana are just not going to be doing that much damage to the champions on the enemy team, and so this is a really unfortunate game state to be in.
Behind against Mountain Soul with the Kiana.
Yeah, and you know, I said
never
in the draft that Dragon X had edges, but we never got to see any of them come to fruition in the way that one would expect. Lane phases were pretty locked up. Chovy had that one death in top lane. Bot lane had a few tit for tats. And yeah, we're just gonna play ping pong with the waves. So, Eldez, have you ever played the Pokemon trading card game?
For Game Boy?
No, the trading actually.
Oh yeah, I used to play it with my brothers, but I was so young that I don't really know if I knew what I was really doing back in like Blue and Red.
Okay.
Back then.
All right. No
I
big
mean,
deal.
we played it, but it wasn't really like
Playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We weren't good enough, really. We were like, I have Charizard. I'm gonna play Charizard. You're never gonna kill me. Yeah, kind of like that.
I like that.
Yeah, you know how
I
a 6-year-old would
Yeah.
react to having a Charizard. Did you ever pull a Charizard out of a pack?
I actually did.
Wow.
And now I don't know if it's the Shadowless thing, the ones that are
The like the borderless or whatever.
yeah,
Shadowless.
the insanely expensive ones.
Yeah.
That go for lots and lots and lots of money graded. Charizard is actually the Black Lotus of Pokemon trading card game.
Yeah.
So it's really nice.
But you don't have one, so
I
not
do not,
as
I
nice.
do not
as,
have one.
But that Kuro is actually not killing the turret immediately. He was actually allowing it to kill some of the minions. Nice little play there. Okay.
Man.
Yeah, he does a lot of AoE damage with that one. Okay, Set coming in from the right side, but knocked up 18 trillion times. As trying to follow back here is KT, but it feels like Dragon X already got the jump on him. Depth in the Death Realm. Looks like he's going to go down, but Sohan afterwards is going to survive.
Kuro!
Oh, look at that damage! Just going to be burst down coming in from Chovy and Quad. Able to get him down, and now the follow-up coming in from Dragon X. Somehow, KT, after turning around that dive, will go behind after the play.
What a turn of events! This is very akin to like watching the T1 team fights, where they mechanically beat their opponents. Watch Chovy here. He goes in, superplex the Blitzcrank right against the wall, gets the Haymaker, combined with the Kiana ultimate.
Yeah.
Sohan comes
cast.
in, brings death to the Death Realm. I almost got tongue-tied there.
The Death Realm.
The Death Realm, yeah. And then Kuro gets exhausted and right-hooked right there by Set. As Quad goes in, kills the Mordekaiser, and then takes an Abyssal Voyage right into Carrier's stomach.
Ooh.
You like that?
Sounds nice.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. And it looks nice as well. Keeps him alive. Knew he had the Devour. He delayed it a little bit. Maybe he was even asking, like, hey, is Devour up? Can I go for this? Looked calculated. At the end of the day, there isn't too much of a swing in objectives or gold after the fight. It was very flashy, lots of kills either way. But KT, on top of the Mountain Drake, looking to take it out. That'll be their second one and one away from Dragon Soul. Whereas Dragon X seem to be okay with that, as long as they can pick up this Tier 1.
This is a really big deal. They're threatening endgame now with the Mountain Soul as well as the Baron. Mountain Soul will obviously be live in 4 minutes and 45 seconds, but it's another problem that Dragon X are going to have to come up with an answer to. And when none of their champions have pen, although I see a Morello being built on depth, so I'm getting a little bit nervous. But aside from that,
He already has the pen.
I mean,
from the orb.
the unfortunate thing about this is that right now KT is getting 12% resistances amplified. So the Oblivion Orb is getting hit really hard just by the Mountain Soul or the Mountain Drakes. So the magic penetration not really all there, and he ends up actually fully completing Morello. There is virtually no healing on the enemy team at all. 100% a Void Staff recalibration game. Especially...
Bloodline?
Honestly. Why did you even show up today? What are you...
To do exactly this.
You are, Halloween was a couple of months ago, but
I'm trying to be
your
Twitter.
Yeah, your Reddit impression is on point.
Yeah. My Reddit and Twitter comment.
Yeah.
Impression. I've been working on it. You missed a counter, by the way. I wasn't even talking about it.
It's fine.
How did you miss it?
I don't know. These are the questions that I wait for you to answer.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe play-by-plays do have all the answers.
I mean, Atlas does. Come on. Step it up
Not
here.
anymore. Not on Fridays and Saturdays.
All right.
It kind of feels like both teams are sitting here waiting for Mountain Drake to spawn.
Yes.
And so are we. We are going to as well. There's a lot of, juggling the minion waves, passing it back and forth. It's like they're playing with a hacky sack. And, or a volleyball. There's a lot of different ways we could do it. You ever play air hockey? That's another one.
Air hockey?
Yeah, air hockey.
You mean on the table?
Yeah, where the air comes out of the little holes.
Yeah, I really like that.
The puck floats.
Yes.
Goes really fast.
Yeah.
Kind of hurt your fingers if you don't put it in the guard.
I used to play bet games. With
sounds like the snake.
No. In the old MVP Red, White, Blue.
Oh yeah.
Right. So before it was Samsung White and Blue.
Did they have a table?
Me and Imp. No, but there was like a mini arcade thingy in the CGV.
Oh
and
yeah.
sometimes when me and Imp would go to the movies, we'd play the air hockey, and we would do whoever scored a point was $1.
Yeah.
So we would play like that. Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Air hockey's fun. I like it. You ever play the other kind of hockey arcade game where they have like the little plastic men that you can move them back and forth?
Foosball, right?
It's like foosball, but they're like hockey men.
Oh no, I haven't
not
seen
like
that.
the guys that spin around. They like
that
spin on the other axis. I don't know how to describe it, but like they have hockey sticks that go parallel to the ice in quotes. That one's fun too. I think they might only have those in ice rinks.
For viewers that are wondering why we're talking about this instead of the things that are on our screens, we're just trying to give metaphors and analogies to the ping pong that we are actually seeing occur in the side lanes. So, not trying to get too five-head, but...
You ever, like, what do they say, like, art is expression or something like that? We're just trying to express the... Wait, what happened to Piercing? Where did he go again? He died again! He tried to chase Kuro and he just got popped again! I thought he would have learned his lesson after the first time. Oh, and Kuro's not. He was waiting for that one, but so was Quad, it looks like. But Quad is down 2 levels now. Kuro is having a big game on LeBlanc in this one. And kind of feels like Pyosik is throwing it to him as well. Here's another hook. They have a lot of burst damage, but it's not enough against Timmy Kench. He's going to live, and Ziggs is going to have enough damage to take a life. On the backside, Toby going to bring back Sohan. And Sohan is actually going to have to go back. And in goes Quad. Ends up getting, it looks like, pulled over the wall. Oh, no, the Blitzcrank was already dead. So he actually just went over the wall.
And if Gragas was there...
died.
Wait a minute, I think this could maybe just be all a cruel ploy, though. Valdez, you ever see that part of the Batman? No? It's fine, whatever. Listen, aiming is just going to kill Pyosik. Oh, wait, hold on.
Stop on.
Oh!
Timothy.
Thomas.
Yeah, that was
trying to get his title back.
Chad Thomas, for sure. And because aiming did that, he is going to have to back away. And
well,
try
he's
to
heal up.
Okay, And oh my
Pyosik
God.
does this a lot.
Really?
It's impressive.
Is this real? And because he does that, they give away the Mountain Soul. Kiana is going to be a lot less effective, and so will Gragas, although he wasn't any bit effective at all in this game prior. And now this is looking really good for KT. There were a couple of moments we weren't sure.
I think the game is honestly just going to be over. Watch Kuro. He said, I got Gragas, I got Gragas.
I wanted to see Gragas' point of view.
That
Okay,
is
here we
just
go.
cruel.
Yeah, here we go. Down will go the Baron. Smite comes in as the grab will not land, but it doesn't matter.
The real issue here is that even though there's only about a 4,000 gold gap between Dragon X and KT, the real issue is the 18% amplified resistances on the side of KT is now going to make it, combined with the Soul, so that Kiana can't really do a whole bunch. Gragas, no penetration. I mean, he hasn't been doing a whole bunch. Regardless,
No, absolutely
obviously
not.
Tom Kench is just going to tickle people. He has no way of doing anything. And so, really all that you have left is Ziggs, and then Chovy, who's now building into more tank items. So, this is going to be... Oh, man. And they're showing us the stat right now in Korean. It's saying if you haven't taken damage in 5 seconds, you get the shield. Which is really busted, by the way. It's very easy to wade in and out of a team fight for 5 seconds at a time and get that shield back, so it's quite strong. This Ziggs skin is so cool. I really like that they're zooming in on it.
What is it?
I don't know. I think it's the sugar, sugar candy cane
Yeah.
thingy majiggy. Who's a what?
Okay. Yeah, I thought he might be like gatekeeper 6 or something. He looked like he had something on his back that looks like honey or sweet or something. Push coming in with Baron and some Mountain Dragon Soul. Good luck, buddy. Here goes Kuro at the same time. Always threatening to kill that Gragas. Seems like that's been his only target this entire game. And honestly, if you're just going to run straight at a Fed LeBlanc, it's just like solo queue. That guy's just going to kill you over and over again. And then welcome to question mark Pingland. Everybody's favorite place to be on Summoner's Rift. Pushing 2 lanes. Sohan against Chovy. Quad kind of sticking in the middle. But that bottom turret going down was inevitable. And they will go. It's taking a little bit of extra time. They are up against the Ziggs with blue buff at the end of it all. But as I mentioned, inevitable. They will push in. We're also going to move over and take this one. Nice little missile voyage. Trying to actually get on top of him. Set is bringing back Tucson, but Tucson is so tanky. Survives for an incredible amount of time, but look at that AoE coming in now. Aiming in the back, just shelling the entire team. This game is over as KT are pushing it.
It is completely doomed. There's no way for Quad to do anything. We are going into a game number 2. And if Dragon X are going to draft a team composition like... Okay. Well,
got him.
You know what? That's the true damage Kiana, right? That's the Louis Vuitton?
Probably, yeah.
I think so. Yeah, so at least he
There
has
you
that.
go.
You know? So, at this point, you have to feel pretty bad if you are Dragon X. I think that their draft was actually fine. The overall execution everywhere, you can't really account for it. We saw glimpses of the team fighting capability mixed with the Ziggs and the Kiana plus the set at certain parts, but nothing was really achieved. Kiana was locked into lane when Moby Boot's first item and just stayed inside of her lane, didn't really do anything. Bot lane got shoved in and actually lost plates initially to the Affilio Blitzcrank. Gragas didn't do anything. Chovy died up in top lane. And now
we're going over the replay.
CB Max going over the replay. Maybe has some timestamps written down.
Absolutely. Same thing going on over here in the KT lounge. It's a good look from KT. You know, overall they looked pretty good. We gave the MVP over to Kuro, but I feel like the bigger MVP in this one was Pyosik for the side of KT. The guy looked good in the Kespa Cup, but unfortunately today, I don't know what was going on. He did not have a great game.
Alright, well.
How about the focus on a Blitzcrank here? This is nice.
The Stone Plate Blitzcrank?
Yeah.
Okay.
They got him. I
They
mean,
did.
Yeah.
They did.
It's big.
And that's what they wanted. Clearly, that was their intention.
Clearly. They got the kill. And then KT got the kill.
And then KT got the Nexus.
Yeah. And the kill onto Quad, even. They got the ace. Nice amount of damage from Helios. Kind of funny that he did even more than the LeBlanc, given the amount of burst that was coming out of her, but that's exactly what she is. Helios doing more sustained damage over the team fights. And not a very close game by the end of it. I mean, it was just kind of pick on the Gragas, Mountain Drake to KT. Pick on the Gragas, Mountain Drake to KT.
Yep.
And nothing else really happened in the game until the end of it, after they had Mountain Soul and Baron.
Well,
you see how
Gragas
LS feels
was
about
feeling.
that one. Yeah.
That's how Gragas was.
Yeah.
That was a nice team cut right
Yeah.
there. That was a little.
Anyone else getting excited for KT? We're looking pretty good today.
I'm just trying to actually, summon the Spirit Bomb for game number 2.
Okay. From KT to, like, put it in there and get the win. We'll see if it happens, guys. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back.
나에 온다. 나에 봐줘야 돼. 나 물렸어. 나 괜찮아. 땀각 좋아. 땀에. 땀각 좋아. 나 죽었고. 나 1대1하고 있고. 이거 밖에 이겼어. 괜찮아. 밖에 이겼어. 이겼어. 나도 이겼거든. 끝났다. 근데 돈내 없다. 끝내자. 나 만화 없어. 내가 탱할게. 그래, 이길 때 확실하게 하는 게 나을 것 같은데. 내 말 들어줘, 한타 때. 오케이. 위치 보면 다 하고 있거든. 하나 분야 없다. 잡았다. 나이스. 세트도 이기다.